Hello and welcome to Juice with Justin. Personal trainer, how do good? To do good as a personal trainer, you need 5 things. Passion, be good at training, be personable, provide value, and be consistent. Be passionate about what you do. This industry isn't for everyone, and if you don't like what you do, you're probably not going to come out on top. When I was in grade 8, I would do anything to try to get better at basketball. I'm not the tallest person. I had to make up for that and with my athleticism. So even when I was in grade 8, I was going to the local library, spending my weekends searching for books to help me get my legs stronger, to try to figure out how to get faster and jump higher. Heck, even before filming this Juice with Justin, I was researching how biomechanics affect hip internal and external rotation. Who said lockdown couldn't be fun? 2, I know this is a cliche, but you have to be a good trainer. You gotta get that experience. Before PPC, I trained myself. I trained my little brother when he was coming up in the high school basketball scene. I trained my friends and college athletes. All of this stuff before opening up PPC. The other thing that you need to do to continually get better is continuing education. Warren Buffett, arguably the GOAT investor, he said, one of the best investments you can ever make is to invest in yourself. I've spent countless hours, have been to numerous countries, visiting personal trainers, strength coaches, physiotherapists that are really good at what they do, to try to learn something new that I can incorporate and add value to my clients. Every year, I spend thousands of dollars on seminars, workshops, books, etc. Any dollar that I've spent, I've gotten an exponential return on my investment, meaning that I've always received more than the money that I put in. 3, you gotta be personable. You have to be liked, and you need the ability to develop relationships. The first word in personal training is personal. It doesn't matter if you have the best skills, the most knowledge, the best product, all the flash, all the sizzle. If people don't like you, you're not gonna be able to convey your message and get a client to whatever it is their intended goal is. When I grew up, I was actually an introvert. I didn't really have a lot of friends until grade 7, 8, when I discovered basketball. I was kind of good at that, and sports gave me the platform to develop my interpersonal skills, to be a leader, and things of that nature. That was just one way that I gained skills to help me become more personable. I've worked countless service jobs that have also helped me hone these skills. I was a cashier at Burger King. I was a waiter, a bartender. Made so many mistakes along the way, but it's made me better. I've also worked in banking and finance and dealt with people and their money, and people like their money. So if you're not good, if you're not personable, they're not gonna give it to you. I hope those examples can give you inspiration to just a few avenues that you can take to hone in on those skills. 4th thing, you always have to provide value. Give more value to the person in front of you, to the client, to the trainee, than you receive back. If you do this, you're golden. Giving value can mean many different things to many different types of people. It can happen within training. For example, I had a client who had a neuromuscular disease that intrigued me, but I didn't have all the answers. So I told him straight up, I don't know the answer, but I've got a network of people and I've got some ideas. I'm gonna work with them to see if we can come up with an appropriate plan to get where you want to go despite your limitations. I would assume 9 out of 10 personal trainers would have not done something like that. Value can come also outside of training. For example, there's this chair behind me, the infamous PPC chair. We train a lot of youth athletes, high school athletes here at PPC. And I mean, training is just a small part of life. A lot of life happens in high school. Success, failures, exams, schedules, boyfriends and girlfriends and heartache. I can't count the number of times on my fingers that we've had someone in that chair talking about one of these issues that can come up in high school life. And all we're doing is trying to offer up our experience of situations that we've been through to hopefully allow the person in that chair to have a smoother journey. So those are just a couple ways that one can provide value. Lastly, you need to be consistent. Consistency is key. what is personal training anyways, but the client having a goal, you knowing what the end result is, you knowing the plan and the steps to get there, and coaching and aiding and helping the client go through that journey consistently to get their end result. The same thing applies as a personal trainer when it comes to your own business, developing your own brand. If you can't be consistent with the things above, if you can't walk the talk, how do you expect your clients to follow? If you do all these small things that I mentioned in this Juice with Justin, well, with intent, with consistency, and over a long period of time, you can't do anything but succeed. So there you have it. To be a good personal trainer, 1, have passion. 2, get good at training. 3, become personable and good at developing relationships. 4, provide value. Lastly, be consistent. One thing I didn't mention in this whole topic are business skills. Accounting, marketing, selling. Yes, these things can be important and are important for the overall long-term growth of what you're trying to do. However, in the beginning, I don't think they're as important as the things I mentioned above. At PPC, I didn't do social media or marketing or any sorts of these things until year 3. And for 3 years prior to that, we still had a successful business. Focus on this stuff first, and you're gonna be on the right path. Lastly, have some fun while you're doing this. Don't take yourself too seriously. With more practice and time, you'll become more confident and you'll get better at all the above. If you have any questions about what I said in this episode, shoot me a message, shoot me a DM, leave me a comment below. I appreciate everyone that listened and got this far. Thank you for joining this episode of Juice with Justin.